You know, when you look at all the life on Earth, it's just this incredible, breathtaking variety. But what if I told you it's all built on one of just two fundamental blueprints? Today, we're going to dive into the ancient split that separates something as simple as a bacterium from, say, a blue whale, and why understanding it is absolutely key to our own survival. So, what is it? What's the most important division in all of life? It's a huge question, right? Is it plants versus animals, predators versus prey? Nope. The most profound split, the one that really matters, goes way, way deeper, all the way down to the level of a single cell. Okay, to really wrap our heads around this, we need to go back in time. And I mean way back, like billions of years, to a young, pretty alien-looking Earth where the first life was just getting started. Just look at this timeline. For 2 billion years, that's an almost unimaginable amount of time, life on Earth was just one thing, these simple, single-celled organisms called prokaryotes. For nearly half of our planet's entire history, they were the only game in town. And in that time, they completely re-engineered our planet's atmosphere, pumping it full of oxygen. They had the world all to themselves until about 1.5 billion years ago, when this revolutionary new design showed up on the scene. So, how did this massive leap in complexity even happen? Well, the leading theory is as wild as it sounds. It's called endosymbiosis. The basic idea is that one simple cell literally swallowed another one. But instead of digesting it, they started working together, forming this permanent partnership. That little cell that got engulfed became a specialized part, an organelle. This is the origin story of mitochondria, the powerhouses of our cells, which, and this is so cool, still carry their own separate DNA. It's like a little genetic ghost of their ancient independent past. So that one ancient event gave us the two fundamental blueprints for all of life as we know it. On one hand, you've got the prokaryotic studio apartment, super simple, open plan, and efficient. And on the other, you've got the eukaryotic mansion, incredibly complex and full of different departments. Let's take a look inside both. All right, the first and biggest difference is how they store their data. In that prokaryotic studio, the DNA, all the instructions for life, is just a tangled-up loop floating around in a central area. But in the eukaryotic mansion, that same DNA is carefully organized and protected inside its own membrane-bound office, the nucleus. I mean, it's the difference between having a pile of blueprints just lying in the middle of a workshop versus having them all filed away in a secure, organized library. And that mansion is full of all sorts of other specialized rooms, too. Eukaryotes have organelles for just about every job you can imagine. Mitochondria act as the power plants, and the Golgi apparatus works kind of like a cellular post office, packaging and shipping proteins where they need to go. It's a super efficient, departmentalized system. The prokaryote, on the other hand, does all of these jobs in one single open space. It's simple, for sure, but that simplicity really limits its potential for more complexity. And this table here really highlights those key distinctions. Eukaryotes are typically way bigger, with their DNA all neatly packed into multiple linear chromosomes. Prokaryotes are tiny, with just that one single circular loop of DNA. And when it comes to reproduction, prokaryotes use a process called binary fission. I mean, they literally just split in two, which is incredibly fast and efficient. These are just two profoundly different strategies for how to survive and grow. Now, you might be thinking, okay, these are just microscopic details, who cares? But it turns out that one of these differences, just a tiny little variation in cellular machinery, has become one of the most important discoveries in the entire history of medicine. Okay, let's zoom in on the cell's protein factories. They're called ribosomes. Both cell types have them, but they're built to slightly different specs. Prokaryotes use a smaller 70S model, while we eukaryotes use a slightly larger 80S model. Those numbers just refer to their size and shape. It seems like such a tiny structural difference, but trust me, it's absolutely critical. And that one tiny difference, it's everything. It created a massive, world-changing opportunity for us. So here's the big reveal. Antibiotics, things like penicillin or tetracycline, are basically molecular weapons. They are specifically designed to target and shut down the 70S prokaryotic ribosome. They completely wreck the bacteria's ability to make proteins, which kills them, while leaving our larger 80S ribosomes completely unharmed. It's like a perfect smart bomb, exploiting a fundamental biological difference to fight disease. So, you see, this isn't just ancient history or some neat medical trick. This ancient split between the simple and the complex, well, it continues to define the world around us. and even the world inside of us.
Just think about it for a second. Every single living thing you can see with your naked eye, from a blade of grass to a person to a mushroom, is built from eukaryotic cells. Our entire ability to fight bacterial infections hinges on this divide. And maybe most profoundly, we are walking, talking ecosystems of eukaryotic cells, all powered by ancient bacteria that decided to live within us. This division isn't just about them versus us. It's about the deep, deep history that made us possible in the first place.
It took 2 billion years for life to make that incredible jump from the simple studio apartment to the complex mansion. It really makes you wonder, as life continues to evolve on this planet, and maybe even elsewhere, what astonishing new blueprint is just waiting to emerge next?